Who can tell me what this reminds you of right here? How many of you guys have been to the temple? So then, what does that remind you of? Return and report. So I have a question. Do you ever see failure in the return and report process there? Really? Do you ever see failure on the return and report as it comes down from, the Father to the Son to they all say, hey, I got it done, right? No failure, right? 100%, right? 100% home teaching, no failure. It's okay, no big deal, okay? 100% home teaching, right? Nobody faltered. Everybody called up their visiting teaching, supervisor. They called up their elders quorum president. They said, yep, got it done, right? No failure. Are we together? You got that? So this is what happens in a great organization. Managers and leaders, they inspect what they expect. And if you turn to Abraham 4:13, it says, and the gods watched those things which they had ordered, what? Until they obeyed. That's a good leadership principle right there out of the scriptures. Okay? So I want you to think about that as a leader in any organization that you ever are a part of. And the gods watched those things which they had ordered until they obeyed. And note that there was never failure. And I can tell you that it's possible. As a young elders quorum president when I was 22, I made sure that we had 100% home teaching. Why? Not because I was interested in the number, but because I understood the principle of being a shepherd. And that the shepherds of Israel in ancient days, ancient times, in ancient Israel, that's what brought on apostasy. It's why the church faltered, is because the shepherds failed to watch over the flocks and they only cared for themselves. Just go to Ezekiel 34, verses 1 through 3, and then you can go into all kinds of places into Jeremiah and see how the Lord chastens Israel because they weren't being good shepherds. Well, that's what we are as home and visiting teachers, and as leaders in any organization, it's also what we are. We are good shepherds. Go ahead and read John chapter 10 for one of the greatest leadership lessons that you'll ever learn. John chapter 10. You read the whole thing in terms of being a leader and ponder every verse of the first 10 or 11 or 12 that you read from that vantage point and see what happens. All right.